Made it all the way to Morgan Hill at Specialized. There it is, the big S. Look at this bike rack. This place is nuts. There's trails all over the place. People riding bikes, buses. There's a huge event going on this weekend. And this is Scott Stroot. How are you doing, Scott?
I'm good. How are you, Court?
I'm stoked, man. You're going to take me on a tour?
Yeah,
Get to see some
sure.
stuff? Awesome. So this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. There's like a pump track built in all the way around one of the buildings. There's the headquarters right across the street. Really cool to see this. You testing bikes out here, Scott?
All the time.
All
yeah.
the time.
So this is our walking path here that we've built.
A walking path, huh? I see the cobblestones too. Look at that. Look at the Specialized logos on the parking lot. Man, it's like overload here. I'm loving it. So it happened to come during a retailer event, just right on the cusp of 2016 stuff. Coming here, showcasing it, I guess. Is that right, Scott?
That's exactly right. Yeah. So the retailer event starts in early July, goes all the way through August, and we have retailers from all over the country and even all over the world come out. They're able to visit, they're able to see what new products are out, and then also learn about what our plans for the next year are to help support the retailers.
Secret plans.
Exactly.
Are we going to get any of this top secret? Am I going to be able to show this?
I think you can probably show most of this. Yeah, all of this is stuff right here. We do our custom water bottles right here in Morgan Hill in a different building.
Okay.
But you can do anything from your club name to your personal name, whatever you want.
I like the mustard bottle back there. It looked like mustard.
You can do that. You can have a matching one that's ketchup if you'd like.
Catch up. That's what I'm always telling people, man. Those electric bikes.
You can always catch up. You got the mustard. Now you need to catch up.
That's right. Okay, and we got some saddles here, and I like these. What is this called? Where basically you hook bottle cages to saddles?
So we call this the reserve rack, but a lot of riders, specifically triathletes, but also just people that are out on all-day rides, they need more places to carry water. So the two on the bike isn't enough. Maybe they want one up front, but also they can have a couple back here as well. When
electric bikes, yes, you get assist, you get power and stuff, but a lot of them don't have any bottle cages. Yours, like the Turbo, has one, which I'm like, yes! But something like this seems like it could be a nice upgrade.
For sure.
So cool to see that. Some more saddles.
Yep, our saddle wall, Specialized was one of the first to pioneer different widths in the saddle to make sure that it aligns with your sit bones. So all of ours are tagged with what's called body geometry, which means that we've actually done testing on it to make sure that we basically do a blood flow test to make sure that you won't have any numbness in areas where you don't want the numbness.
Right.
It works tremendously well. We've got 143, 155, and 168 as far as widths of the saddle to make sure that whatever your sit bones are, you have the saddle for you.
That's perfect.
This is probably our most exciting saddle for the year. It's called the Power Saddle. And the idea of it is to really be able to lock the rider in a comfortable position. If you are riding aggressively, it helps to roll your hips forward a little bit.
Yeah.
But the big thing, or the neat thing, is that we found that initially we thought this was going to be really just for very aggressive, performance-oriented riders. But anyone that's tried this has found it to be a really great saddle. So it's a great addition.
Is this just weight savings, or why is there like this hole in a lot of saddles?
Yeah, so this is part of the body geometry. So in order to make sure that any of those nerves in there that need to be having blood flow to them get the blood flow that they need, we do have a cutout on nearly all of our saddles. So even on something like this, which is a very much more comfort-focused saddle, this one's new also called the Cup. We call it that because it literally sort of cups your butt. And you can see there's a little cutout there for that as well. But even a saddle like this goes through the same body geometry testing to make sure that if we put the body geometry name on it, it does pass our blood flow test.
Okay. Is there one like ill-fated soul here who has to sit down and be like, I'm feeling numbness, guys?
Well, we have what we call here the Peter meter, and we actually attach that to you to make sure that we're actually getting at least a certain percentage of the blood flow.
That's
to
important,
where it needs to
so
go.
we can have some fathers in the Specialized family in the future. Okay, I like that. And there's some other bikes. You guys have such a wide variety of bikes. It's neat to see. Real quick while we're here, this one has like a longer, what is this, like a nose? Is that what that's called? Is this like a mountain one, so you can like hold the bike, or what's that do?
Yeah, so some people just prefer a longer nose than a shorter nose. The nose on the Power Saddle we saw there just a minute ago is really very short. Some people find that a saddle nose that short, they just kind of fall off the front of it.
Because you use your thighs to like steer the bike sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
I do. I don't know.
Well,
no hands,
then for
right?
you, something like this is probably perfect.
Long nose.
So it's just a matter of the style of riding you're in, what works best for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Sorry, I get this stuff. I love it. Grip tape right up here, colorful. Drop bars. This is sweet. I would love to see like a specialized road electric bike with drop bars someday. That would be right.
we would also love to see that, Corey.
Really? Then sweet. We got the tires and stuff.
Yep. So anything from our Fat Boy or ground control fat bike tire, 4.6-inch wide tire.
That's really wide. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep, all the way. And that wide tire is actually a growing trend amongst all bikes, but you can find your much more narrower tires, such as like our Turbo Cotton here. Turbo Cotton is a very just comfortable, fast rolling tire. But then we have things like our Armadillo tire.
Yeah.
Right here.
So what does that mean? Like, what's the Armadillo all about?
So an Armadillo tire is really this is a performance-oriented tire, so it'll roll really well, but it's also got some of the best, actually really the best flat protection in the industry, but also rolls really well. So it feels good when you ride it, but if you run over glass, nails, things like that, you're much less likely to get a flat tire.
Okay.
So a ton of protection within your tire.
That's nice. Durability.
Yep, absolutely.
Utility.
Also, yeah, for sure, high mileage. We have a rider that he's trying to ride 1 million miles in his lifetime, and all he uses is Armadillo tires.
Okay, sweet. Oh, when you mentioned this trend going to like fatter tires, essentially, why? Like, what's?
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons. Probably the biggest one is increased comfort in terms of going through corners because you have more contact patch.
Yeah, I've noticed it's stable. Like it kind of there's even a little more weight, so the centripetal force seems to like keep you.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, just you think about the amount of tire that's actually on the ground in that contact patch is pretty small.
Yeah.
So even just a little bit wider tire makes a huge difference in terms of how much rubber's on the road.
Or metal in this case. Look at this. These like snow tires.
Yep, for ice.
Icebreakers.
You're gonna find that in places like Wisconsin, Minnesota for your year-round commuters.
Sweet.
More of our mountain bike tires over here. These are our flux lights that actually use mirror technology to really put the light out in sort of more of like I like to refer to it as like a carpet of light. So rather than just spraying the light out there, it really directs it down to the ground and out.
I think in Europe, don't they have like restrictions around lights that are shining in people's eyes? So you want something that's more directed.
Exactly.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Okay, kind of cool to see.
Some of our new sticks lights, they literally stick anywhere. I'm sure that these are on. They're not, but the idea here, we probably have some.
So you just like stick it on your helmet or your tubing or just
whatever you want. Yep, and then it will just go for you.
Okay, that's cool. It's kind of a fun little playground up here. Look at this. Here's one. Whee! Okay, cool.
And then more of our storage opportunities. So we have SWAT here, where you can actually on your frame, you can. Well, this is sort of backwards here, but if we pull this off really quickly.
Let's do it. We're going rogue.
And you can see here, you can actually, on your bike, if it's SWAT compatible, you can store a tube, a CO2, and your tire lever.
So is there an extra like hole there, or how does this attach?
It just attaches through a third water bottle mount.
Okay.
So there's just one extra hole in the frame.
That's awesome.
It just bolts into the bottom of the water bottle there.
Keeps the weight lower than on a saddle, I suppose, and just like.
Yeah, the other nice thing is that, everyone, they go out on their ride and they're thinking, oh, did I remember XYZ? And the thing that we forget most often is a flat kit. So there, it's just ready for you.
Nicely done. We improved the display, man. This is
for
great.
our triathlon folks here.
Look at this.
Flat kit, and then this is a way for you to hold in your energy bars and goos and things like that.
When you were a kid, did your grandma ever give you like one of those little rubber money pouches and you put coins in it? Because that's what that is. It's like grandma's coming back with a vengeance. That's all I'm saying.
First there.
Yeah.
So
bottle cages, pumps. Sweet. It's bicycle overload around here. What's going on in there?
Quick look here. This is our auditorium. So over the course of this past month, we've had hundreds of different presentations on the new product, the marketing, things like that. It all happens right next door there in our auditorium.
That's rad. We walked into a secret meeting, didn't we?
We just did.
Oh my gosh. I hope nobody's getting in trouble after that. Look at these helmets. Lots of colors. I think this is like my helmet, kind of. Yeah.
It's a women's helmet, so.
Hey, whatever, dude. It fits. If it fits, wear it, man.
There you go. These are actually a couple of our helmet guys right here.
Sweet. Helmet guys. What's up?
Introduce yourselves, guys. This is Court from Electric Bike Review.
Hey.
Mark Colton. I do some of the product development and model making.
Sweet. So does that mean you like go up and like touch people's heads, and you kind of get
touch a lot of people's heads.
Really?
Actually.
Sweet. This is an interesting position that you guys are in here.
Everybody's got a different shaped head.
Snap. And that's the whole like twist thing where it grips your head.
Yeah, and it's not just that they're round or square or oval or whatever. They've got different proportions and different lumps in different places. So, you know, you have to make sure you accommodate for any sort of shape.
How about hair? Does hair play a role? Like,
it can play a role. We've accommodated for ponytails in some of our women's helmets.
Really? Like so straight up there's a hole in the back or something?
We've got a fit system back here that opens up more so
Sweet.
you can fit your hair through it.
That is rad. That's why I ask these crazy questions, because sometimes you strike gold.
It's called the hairport.
The hairport. I love it. Is that really what it's called?
Yeah.
Dude,
Hairport.
I'm loving it.
And Clint, what do you do here?
I do the product development specifically for the testing and compliance, worldwide compliance.
Testing and compliance.
Yeah. We have a little rig that drops the helmets down onto these anvils. We have a flat anvil, a curbstone anvil, and a hemispherical anvil, and we drop the helmets down onto them.
Brutal.
There's a little accelerometer, sort of like what the Mythbusters use.
Yeah.
And that
Love
tells
those
you how
guys.
many times the force of gravity your head would feel if it was on that impact. So we make sure that the helmets are going to pass all this certification testing before we send it out to our third-party testing labs.
Do you have any feedback or stats about helmets? Like, since you're speaking to people who may be debating whether they need to wear one, like, what's the...
Well,
the safety.
Statistics are hit your head on the ground without a helmet or hit your head on the ground with a helmet. Chances of injury are significantly less with the helmet on.
That was the politician way of saying it's really smart to wear your helmet.
Right.
So we came out with these. This is our Centro. So this is kind of a city/commuter style helmet for people who just want to wear something. And so we added some features to this helmet.
It's like woven. Is this a bee net so bees don't get in your hair?
It could be used as that, yes. But it's also a winter kit.
Oh,
so this is to help keep your ears warm, and it's not for like crazy cold winters, but you know, cooler weather, right? If you're in Wisconsin in the middle of the winter, this isn't going to do it.
You guys
for
are
you.
always picking on Wisconsin around
But
here.
I went to high school in Minnesota, so I know what it's like at 70 below zero.
Bringing the real world
And
experience.
at 70 below zero, this isn't going to do it for you, but
Dang.
it will make the helmet a bit warmer, keep your ears warm.
Yeah.
And then we have the winter kit that includes the LED light. This light pops out of here and can be batteries can be replaced relatively easily.
That's sweet. Oh, just a cute little thing.
Yeah.
Oh. It's like,
and it's durable too.
That's nice. When should someone replace a helmet? You know, I've had mine for like 5 years. Is that bad?
5 years is about the normal amount of time. So Snell Memorial Foundation recommends a 3 to 5 year replacement period, and that's just due to normal wear and tear.
Yeah.
If you don't use your helmet a lot, could last significantly longer than that, right?
Okay. So it's not like the foam's just gonna up and.
No, the foam doesn't deteriorate. The only things that really deteriorate a helmet are petrochemicals.
Oh, so if you're storing it in your oil can, that's a bad thing.
Gasoline. Pour gasoline on it, it's going to deteriorate the foam a bit. Spray WD-40.
But have you done that thing where you put tennis ball in gasoline and light it and throw it? Because
It sounds like something you've done.
I am not recommending that. Yeah, I'm a big advocate of helmets. I got knocked out with a helmet before, and had I not had it, I would be probably not talking real well right now.
Yeah, you're talking pretty well right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing
Just
all
because I like fire and stuff doesn't mean I'm completely out of my
What
nug.
you do is you're supposed to tie those tennis balls to the end of
String and
String.
oh my gosh.
Have you ever seen
Have you
that?
been to Burning Man? You kind of strike me like.
my wife can do that.
I love
She
this.
actually does that.
That's why you wear a helmet at all times.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
I'm
well,
seeing it
actually,
now.
I wear a Nomex racing suit when my wife does that.
Sweet. Well, this is great. Thank you. I'm glad we ran into you guys. I really like this. Is like the Ladybug edition or something. It's very cool.
Some of our helmets even have magnetic buckles
Okay.
to make you getting off and on the bike even faster.
They help you get off the bike.
They help you take your helmet off when you're done riding your bike
Sweet.
even faster.
Magnets.
So like, whether you're in a triathlon or you just really want that pizza or beer after you ride, you can just,
You're just like, oh, yeah, you don't even need skills. But you're riding your bike, but you can't take your helmet off. That's when you know you probably had too much.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, cases, looks like the Aero helmets. Can I just, is this wearable? Can I put this on?
You can try to put that on if you
Hey, I
like.
really want to. I've always felt like these look so cool on the shelf. I need you guys to tell me what they look like on a person. What do you think here?
No, it's the other way.
Condor.
Is this it?
Okay, let's see.
Super. Whoosh. Dude, I feel faster. Oh, dude. I think my head's crooked. This is rad. Thank you.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I'll probably...
We talked a little bit about body geometry earlier. This is just kind of breaks down what it's all about. So you, with body geometry, the whole idea is for you to be able to ride further, ride faster, and in greater comfort, reducing your chance of injury.
Yeah.
So it's all about hand, foot, sit, and then the final one is that full fit that we alluded to earlier. But you've got your hands, so making sure that you have no numbness there, your foot, making sure you have good power transfer, and that your foot's in a good solid place for you to reduce chance of injury. And then of course sit, we went through a little bit with the saddles, but making sure that you're comfortable and powerful on the bike. And then that final one would be if you actually had a body geometry fitter, take you through the whole process of getting you fit to your bike.
I think I did that once because my feet are like pretty duck-footed, and so I was getting clipless, which confuses the heck out of me because they clip in. Why are they called clipless?
Well, because there was just no clips, right?
Yeah.
And then they had the toe clips, which was, you know, the old days when you actually had
Just
pieces.
the baskets?
The basket, yeah.
I would
and
call
then
those baskets.
Well,
Come on, bike industry, what the
fair number
heck?
of people called them clips, and so
People were like
clipless is when you
clipless.
just didn't have that and you just clipped in. So
Okay.
we'll do a
Clipless.
quick walk through our apparel here.
I like this. Look at these cute outfits over here.
Yep. We're doing
Sweet.
great with colors this year. Even our socks are colorful.
Oh, wow. And that they're specialized as your official color, that like red that I'm seeing everywhere.
Yeah, you'll find a lot of red within Specialized.
Can't get a ticket on a bike riding too fast.
That's debatable. This is part of our SWAT gear, which is storage, water,
Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
You got it.
Scott?
Yep.
Is
Or
it SWOT analysis going on?
storage, water, air, and tools.
Okay. Oh, it's an A.
This is a bib that you wear underneath your mountain bike shorts, and you can store food in here.
Sweet.
You can store a water bottle in here. You can put your keys in here. You can put a pump back here with your tubes. You got another one on this side. So that way when you ride, you don't have to wear a pack.
Yeah.
You can just wear one of these and carry all your gear with you.
Sweet. Oh, it's where you
This
try on
is,
all the shoes.
Kind of an example of what happens here at Retailer Event. The product managers will actually go through all of the different product itself and tell them about the different features. And this is a group who's actually here from South America. So a lot of them are from Brazil, Colombia, some from Mexico. We have them here for about 3 days, and then they
Sweet.
go back and they're excited. And they know how and what to sell.
We need more girls from Colombia and Brazil. Look at this. There's so much of guys.
I know, what's up with that?
Come on, Latin American ladies. You can do it. I believe in you.
Some refreshments here, if you'd like some Pellegrino. You
Oh,
can help
yeah.
yourself here.
Dude. Hey, look at this. What's going on here?
Oh, this is
I don't
cool.
speak Spanish.
This is really neat. So,
Como bicicleta.
Specialized a few years ago started to look into ADHD and what that's all about. What we found is that if you actually put kids on bikes, it can help them focus for the rest of their day at school. So we did a study. We found that to be true. We're now rolling it out to a lot more schools.
Yeah.
Getting more kids on bikes, getting specifically kids that have ADHD on bikes to help them with their focus. And the hope being that a year from now, a doctor isn't saying, here, take this Ritalin.
Yeah.
They're actually saying, hey, here, get on this bike and ride your bike each morning.
Dude, that is rad.
That would be
I
cool.
grew up like in an environment where, you're supposed to sit there, and even if you're kind of like moving your leg or whatever, it's like hold still. And
Yeah.
so, getting
It's
some
like,
exercise, some energy.
I'd like to
going.
be out outside on my bike.
Yeah,
So
let's go.
This is our entryway here. You got some birds chirping.
Some birds.
Yep.
That's sweet. Kind of an environmental message here. Oh man, what's going on in here?
So this is our trade show for bikes.
Okay.
So it's where all the retailers can see all the different models that are available. Doesn't mean that every retailer is going to sell every one of these bikes, but they can, understand what's the need for their market and then bring in if the Stump Jumper's right or if the Epic's right, whatever the right bike is for them.
It's like 1 million bikes here.
Yeah, it's a big room.
Look at all this fat bikes, dude.
I know, it's amazing. There's even one over there, that blue one that's for
A little
kids.
kid fat bike,
Yep.
dude.
Like a 20-inch and a
I
24-inch.
love it. Okay, and then this is more traditional, like
Yep.
mountain
This
bike.
would be our Crave, cross country, all around great trail bike. Definitely not entry level, but less costly than say a carbon fiber.
Yeah, it's
bike.
an affordable college bike or something, I suppose.
Exactly, yeah. And then this would be our new Stump Jumper and our new Rhyme 6 Fatty. And these tires are 3-inch wide tires.
Ah, so 650, like 650B, 27.5, like that kind of in between
Yep.
width. or what is that like?
Yeah, so a traditional wheel for a long time was a 26-inch wheel.
Yeah.
Then a 29er became really popular, and then there was a lot of people that said, hey, let's see what this 650B or 27.5.
Let's
see what's in the middle.
Yeah.
And yeah, in reality, a lot of riders have found that the 27.5 is right for them, and a lot are still finding that the 29 is right for them. But then we just went ahead and we took what is typically found on a bike like this, a 2.0 or 2.2 tire.
Yeah.
And we just went ahead and put a 3-inch tire on there.
Even bigger.
Yep.
Why not?
You can have a lower tire pressure on there.
Swishy.
You're going to get obviously a lot more traction and just more fun in general.
When you talk about like a wider tire, like a larger tire, does that? I'm constantly saying like, oh, it gives you more stability and like rolling momentum. Are those the benefits?
Yeah, I mean, control and confidence is probably the two biggest things that you're going to find. So when you go into that corner, you've just got so much more tire gripping the ground that you're going to have more control.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to grow in confidence because you know, oh man, I went through that last corner so much faster.
Yeah.
You will line yourself up to go faster and faster.
And it seems like the attack angle is like, basically you can roll over cracks without going into the cracks.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't mean to skip this one. I wanted to get your feedback. Like, these are the inverted suspension forks, right? So like, what does that do? Why?
Yeah, so this is the RockShox RS1. There's a number of things that it will do for you, but it's going to provide a lot of stiffness with a really stiff front end. This one actually has a technology called predictive steering, which RockShox has a way of just trying to elevate the ride quality even better. Also, your seals are going to be even better because rather than having your seals up top here and not really ever getting that oil, they're always getting the oil down here.
So it can kind of like, natural gravity keeps it in place.
So then you're constantly oiling those seals, and your fork overall will feel really plush all the time.
And lighter, I suppose, because the weight is attached more to like the frame, so there's like less unsprung weight almost.
Yeah, the weight actually ends up being about the same between that and a top of the line.
Maybe it's like the position. Like I'm thinking instead of like a big chunk of weight going up and down, a lot of that, like the outer sheathing part is up here now.
For sure, yeah. You definitely have more of the weight down here, lower center of gravity, more control, for sure.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, this has been fascinating me over the past year or two.
Yep. And then we've got our Epic here. This would be an Epic World Cup here that has only one chainring up front, and a really big cluster in the back here.
That's the XX1.
Yeah. So that will give you a wide range of gearing, so you can go really, really fast or climb really steep hills, but you only have one gear up front, and that's just for simplicity, weight savings, better chain alignment. You don't
have to have two derailleurs.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot less complex. And you still get good range out of the 11?
You get just as good a range, yeah.
Okay, sweet. Man, so many bikes here.
Yeah, there's over here we've got a couple that we'll run through real quick. We've got our Diverge over here, which is a performance road bike that has room for wider tires with disc brakes, a through axle on the road bike itself.
Wow, so road bikes with like disc brakes at all was only a year or two ago.
Yeah, and now we've got through axles on the bike. The geometry is actually very, very similar. It's actually dead on to our Roubaix, which has been a long standing. We've had the bike for 10 years. Great bike for us.
Yeah. Like comfort, Tour de France, that kind of.
Yeah. So it's a performance bike, but it's more of an all-day performance bike, so you can be on it longer.
And the through axle, what does that get you? Can you just give me like the?
So a couple things. One, it gives you disc alignment. So if you were to put a non-through axle wheel in,
just
you
like
might,
a skewer.
Yeah, you might have to change it around a little bit just to get that disc aligned perfectly so it doesn't rub.
Yeah.
But then it also gives you more stiffness because you have that just solid bolt there.
Okay. Yeah. So stiffness and reduced rub on the disc. That's sweet. I like that.
And these actually have really neat lowrider racks built in here, so you can. This bike is full rack and fender capable. So you've got a lowrider mount there, and then our plug-and-play racks will go right in here. And then they screw in right back there as well.
Okay, so a lot of attachment, like basically giving you.
So this, it could be your Saturday bike, but it could also be if you wanted to do some light touring.
Some touring.
You can definitely do it on that.
While we're on the subject, you got these like zerts here. So does that just kind of dampen the vibration a little bit? It's like
exactly
jelly that sort of bounces
Think
around.
of like a inside of a tennis ball or something.
I'm not done. One more question on those disc brakes. Okay, so initially my understanding was like, disc brakes for mountain bikes because your rims are getting like wet and dirty, and you don't want that to goop up your traditional calipers. Now we got disc brakes on road bikes, like what's the advantage or disadvantage? Why disc brakes on road bikes?
Well, you should try it, and then you'll just get a believer. But yeah, so there's a few things. One is for that first thing that you mentioned. If you are riding in the rain, just like on a mountain bike, you've got a better braking surface.
Yep.
Then you also have, if your wheel gets a little bit out of true, won't be affected.
Oh, so the yeah, good point.
You also have the fact that they're just stronger brakes overall, so your stopping distance is reduced.
Huh.
And then the last thing is that it actually takes a lot less hand strength. So if you are going down a mountain and it's a 4-mile descent, by the time you get to the bottom, your hands are pretty tired from holding onto the brakes.
Yeah.
Well, with these, they take a lot less braking force, so you're able to get down to the bottom and still have some hands left after that.
It's just that, okay, initially when I was looking at the two technologies, it's like, man, if you're stopping the wheel from way out here, you've got much better leverage on the wheel. But I guess the caliper system, even though the disc is smaller, because a smaller disc, you're not getting as much power. It's smaller than the wheel, as if the wheel was a disc. I guess just using a caliper on metal is more effective than using rubber on rim.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sweet. Hey, I won't argue with that. I like it. Appreciate the in-depth.
This is the AWOL here. So AWOL is our touring bike. We launched this bike a few years ago. It's been awesome. We launched it with a couple of our guys that actually helped make the bike. They did a race called the Transcontinental Race, and it was from London to Istanbul.
Wow.
I think it took them about like 18 days. Incredible thing. If you
got the fenders, they got the disc. Man, it's like everything's gonna have disc brakes. Is sort of what it feels like here.
Yep.
AWOL, absent without leave.
Yep.
Love it.
Or adventure without leave.
Adventure, I love it.
Yep.
That's more positive.
We've got our women's bikes over here, Women's Road, Helga, which is a women's fat bike.
Oh, Helga, that's cute. I love the name.
Yep. And then some more of our women's mountain.
It's like a Rasta theme back there. Oh, we got like a handlebar session going on over here.
Looks like it, yeah.
Oh, look at the colors on this. I love this one. It's like those old-fashioned race cars.
Yep.
Kind of the light teal or whatever. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful bike.
Someone's gonna have to translate this video from Portuguese.
This is pretty neat. It's our new Venge Vias handlebar here.
Oh, let's check it out. Oh, sweet. Look at how when we were walking over here, I saw that bike. Does that have the handlebars from?
That's our Shiv, our triathlon bike, but it's a little bit more traditional handlebar than the Venge Vias.
Okay. Where's the wind tunnel? Because I keep little mentionings of that.
It's just one more building over.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How cool. Do you ever go in there and just mess around?
We've done testing on the turbo in there.
Really?
Yeah, we've tested different things like, if you are commuting, should you be commuting with panniers or backpack?
I was just in Canada and they were like panniers.
Oh yeah. I'm not.
No, you're not going to get involved with the.
I'm not here to judge. But
speaking of the turbo and the wind testing and stuff, look at this. This is them.
This is our turbo. So this is the lineup for USA for this year, which I'm assuming that most of your viewers are from the USA, but these are actually available globally. So.
Okay.
Turbo S is our top of the line.
Like the S-Works kind of thing. Like
exactly.
S is the top.
Exactly. So with this, it's going to be, the most amount of smiles is what I like to
marketing. It's the fastest.
It is the fastest, most powerful.
Most powerful. Biggest battery.
691 watt hours, 500 watt motor.
Go Swiss drive, super quiet.
Yep.
You've got regeneration going on, so you can recoup some power.
Exactly.
The lights,
full Shimano XT drivetrain.
Awesome.
Plus the Shimano XT brakes. Really a ton of value here with this
Look at
bike.
how tiny those are.
But powerful, right?
That's right. Yeah. That's like the point you were making, where it's just a finger or two and you can manage the speed.
So then both the Turbo S and the Turbo X, which is this one here, have a Bluetooth battery capable.
Okay.
And we are just finishing up an app that we're calling Mission Control, and it will do a ton for you. Anything from the diagnostics to your bike, understanding where the charge is, how the battery's doing, directions. It'll help you understand like okay,
GPS and stuff?
Yeah, if I want to get to, let's say I want to get across town and there's a certain place I want to go over there.
Yeah.
I can tell it I want to get there and I want to get back on the battery that I have. And it'll actually talk to the battery and it'll make sure that it's just sending enough power to get you there and back. And you can even say, when I do get back, I want to have 10% battery left, for example. Yeah, it's really impressive.
That's incredible.
Really impressive.
And I love this. Look at that.
Yep. So just to take the edge off a little bit, we've got a suspension seat post built into there. This bike uses last year's Turbo S motor, so 250 watts, and then good sized battery as well. And then you've got our base bike that you knew from last year, which is a 200 watt motor.
Does it come in white now? White and gray?
It does not come in white. That's special for Latin America only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, it's good to know. Like, I really like the Turbo X because of the suspension, and now with the C-Post, I mean, I can't wait to try this out. Like, beautiful bike. What's the price on that one?
$4,500. So you've got $7,000 for our Turbo S, $4,500 for the Turbo X, and then for our base model, which is our silver one down, and we've brought that price from $3,800 last year all the way down to $3,000 this year.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, we're big believers in electric, but we also understand that we need to make sure that, you know, we make it as accessible as possible.
For how purpose-built that is, like you've got the cup holder. Sorry, guy, no, bottle cage, right? I'm trying to use the proper terminology, Scott. This is sweet,
yes,
man.
You have a bottle cage on there. You've got lights built into it. You've got, you know, your disc brakes, a great drivetrain throughout, 468 watt hour, or about, I think it's about 14 amp hour battery.
Yeah, 3614.
Yep.
Half a kilowatt.
Yep. And then you've got a 200 watt motor on there.
Let me just. And what about it?
The 200 watt motor, you know, where that Turbo S, it will keep you at that 28 mile per hour top speed a little bit easier.
Yeah.
This one, you still cruise at, you know, 20, 21, 22 miles per hour.
Okay.
Which is plenty
so
fast.
Still, you can, yeah, in pedal assist, you can still get above that. And this, they use like, it seems like a combination of speed sensing, torque sensing or something, because like once you get the cranks going, as soon as you push, there's a feeling of acceleration, and I like that. Like you're definitely riding the bike here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. It's a cup holder. Love it. SRAM X7 on that. And then this. What is this thing?
So this is
oh my
part
gosh.
of the Turbo Levo family.
Okay.
So this is the Levo Fat. Yeah. So there's 3 FSR, there's 2 hardtails, and there's 1 fat bike.
Oh, so there's 3 full suspension bikes. Okay, yeah, because I love the full suspension.
Yeah,
That's
so
like
got,
definitely.
Yeah. S-Works and then a couple below that.
Sweet, sweet. Well, this is cool. You got this is dropper, so you can lower the
C-post,
C-post.
yep.
You've got the Bros motor that we were talking about.
Custom built for Specialized.
Really clean, just like built right in. The battery pack, same thing. What were you telling me about this right here? There's
Yeah, so you know, one thing that we learned from the Turbo is that it can be difficult to have an off-road bike that keeps the battery from kind of, you know, bouncing around.
You want to secure it.
Exactly. So this really works. It's basically almost like an axle, if you will, but this pin actually pulls out and then the battery comes right out so that it's completely secured in there, and it's not going to be bouncing around making a bunch of noise while you're on the trail.
What's this rubber thing here? Is that for like a fender or something?
Nope, it's just a bumper. So if you were to take the fork and it, you know, you're going
cool.
and you fall down because you went a little bit too fast,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it's not going to dent your frame up.
Wow. That, and it oh, whoops. I don't want to break the display up. So yeah, it stops the.
Yep.
That's sweet. Yeah, oversized suspension. And I like, you've got the punch out. Does that just save weight or does it improve cushion too?
No, it's all about weight.
It's all about weight. Okay, yeah. I was kind of wrong on that earlier in the year. I was like, oh, it's more cushion. And someone was like, if the tire pressure is the pressure, like it's gonna, you know. So yeah, and I like that. Even though, you know, you hear about double wall and strength and stuff. I'm sure these, you know, you were talking about the aluminum that you use and stuff. It's like really strong. And by having only one wall and sort of those punch outs, you're not going to have any gravel or dirt or debris coming into the rim, like if you go through water or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
It kind of keeps it all out.
Yep.
I like that. Well, this is fantastic, man. Thanks for the sneak peek and just getting to check all this stuff out. Found this little playground area upstairs. There's this guy, Robert Egger, who's been with Specialized for like 30 years, since the early 80s. Puts together these awesome, just sort of prototypes, almost like art. I mean, look at this police strike force with the donut holder right there, the flashlight. Just creative, like incredibly creative stuff that I've seen up here. It's really neat. A lot of it, it's like rideable. Got the little cocktail party on that pink one. Got the kind of the chopper with the little grill and the beer in the back. I love it. Look at this stuff. And then over in this area, there's some like kind of motorized and electric. This one right here actually has the Specialized turbo battery built right into that down tube. That's the same one that's on the existing turbos, 2015, 2016. And then the Bros motor that we were talking about, just super clean and tight. Really awesome. I actually love this one. Look at this thing. Look how sleek it is. Ergonomics might not be the first priority on it, but with the windshield like that, and you've got the super sleek blades, and just, man, definitely inspiring. It's cool to see this, like, you know, playground. It's like an artistic playground all over Specialized. There's just cool stuff to see. Love it. Okay, so where is this? Where are you taking me now?
So this is one of our many conference rooms we have here. This is the Sam Hill conference room.
Is that him? Is that Sam?
That's him, yep.
Hey, Sam.
So he was a pro downhill rider for us, and all of our conference rooms here at Specialized are themed after one of our athletes. So they're all named after an athlete and themed after it. So obviously here, laid back, you got the fake grass, the picnic table.
What's this? What's going on here?
You can actually take that and you can, inscribe whatever you might want, whether it be your name or your favorite energy drink, whatever it might be, into the table.
How cool is that? That is awesome. Then standard issue Polycom teleconference phone. So it's very functional. It's functional but fun. Man, this is sweet, Sam. Love it. Love it. And actually, when we were walking in here, it looks like maybe there's a meeting going on over here, but is this is like another...
Yep.
Wow.
That's our Cipollini room.
Did he sign it? Look at that. Fun stuff. Okay, now over here is the museum.
So this is the Specialized Museum. It's open to the public, so if somebody wanted to just
hey guys,
walk in and see some of the different things we've done. So obviously we celebrate our wind tunnel over here. We've got our Olympic race bikes over here from the 2012 Olympics.
Cool.
Some of our early aero work here, some of our later aero work. More of our Olympic bikes over here.
An aero, so aerodynamic, like super sleek.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Olympic stuff you were saying?
Yep. So this is the actual bike of Joel Hobby.
You're being quizzed. Oh my gosh.
And that's, he got gold on that bike, and that's the actual bike he rode in the Olympics.
Wow.
Sean Palmer, a lot of people probably
know Sean Palmer, snowboarder and among other things.
Exactly, yeah. So he was part of our brand for a long time. This was personally my favorite paint job that he ever had.
Stars and Stripes,
but
baby.
Definitely a character for sure.
Yeah.
Did a lot of great things on a lot of different
Is that him?
sports.
There's the flying tomato guy with the red hair and all that, right?
There you go.
Okay, sweet. And then looks like another... Oh, okay. I see McLaren. So what's the story on this?
So this was a limited run we did with the work of McLaren, the automobile company. So they basically helped us in a lot of different things, from lightening up the wheels to the frame to even all the way up to the handlebars. So it was a very custom bike. We only made 250 of them. Each person that bought them, they had the bike actually custom built to them. They did what's called a body geometry fit to make sure that the bike was dialed perfectly for them.
When you guys do something like that at your shops too, right? Like if you buy a Specialized, they sort of help you dial it in.
Yeah, so we have a process here we call body geometry fit, and it's a process that the fitter that's trained here at Specialized through SBCU, they actually go through a program. They learn all the different processes, and then they make sure that you're fit to your bike rather than just making that bike work for you.
Okay, and we were seeing that room earlier. Specialized Bikes Components University?
You got it. Specialized Bicycles Components University.
Oh, yeah. I'm learning, dude. I'm learning.
You got it.
I'm like part of the class here. Okay, we got some more jerseys. And what's this over here?
So this is a replica or an idea of what it would have been like, and you can see here on the floor, 1976. Obviously, Specialized was started in 1974. The story is Mike goes to Europe, meets Cinelli, decides Cinelli allows him to sell his parts. So he comes back here to California. He's on a bike very much like this, or this actually.
That's the bike?
This is the bike.
Nice.
With a trailer like this, and he would go around to the local shops delivering the product, and then eventually.
In America. So he came back from Europe. He was like, I got this sweet deal. I've got bike components for people.
Exactly, yeah, the very best, right? So, and then from there it just grew, and it started with a tire, actually called the turbo tire. And from there it went into making frames, and then the stump jumper, and then now we have a lot of bikes.
Every kind of bike. Dude, this is sweet. I just got to get some shots of this. Wow. Kind of old school, some paperwork, man. Love it. Look at the boxes, and we got cogs. Is that what these are? Sprockets, cogs?
Yeah.
Beautiful whole box. A box full. Dang. It's like one of those garage stories, like HP or any that, it started out of Google, right?
Exactly.
Hanging out in a garage.
Exactly.
How about this stuff?
So these are just some of the early bikes. So some of the first road bikes, the Sequoia, which was more of a touring style bike, and then the Allay, which was more of your race performance bike.
Yeah. Was this the first one, the very first?
This is 1987. Yep. So first
one of the first products, because Allay is still, I'm familiar with that.
Yep. We still make the Allay bike. It's changed quite a bit over the years.
Yeah.
And then this is the Sequoia, which we still have that style bike. The kind of the bike that you'd associate it with most now would be something like maybe a Diverge or a Roubaix, but a little bit more upright and comfortable than say an Allay.
Well, and we're in Northern California, right? Like Morgan Hill and Sequoia, Redwood Forest and stuff. So
definitely.
yeah, I'm seeing it, feeling it.
Yep.
Looks like it might be where they are in some of these pictures.
Absolutely, yeah. That's Mike right here.
Sweet. Look at those awesome chops.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Look at that. Yeah, okay. Stump jumper.
Yep.
I'm familiar
so
with
this is
this.
obviously, you know, one of the bikes that put Specialized on the map, bringing mountain bike to the masses, really. So being able to take what was this niche thing, where everyone kind of looked at this and laughed at it, and what is that, a big kid's BMX bike? And he said, hey, this is has a huge opportunity. So he went out and he made it, and he put the right parts on it, and the rest is history. But yeah, for sure, put Specialized on the map in a big way.
Do you have any historical context about mountain bikes and trails? And was it, I'm familiar, not intimately familiar, but some controversy, like do bikes belong on hiking trails? Like,
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's an ongoing struggle.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, I mean, there's a group called IMBA that's always fighting for trail access overall. And the big thing is that they're constantly looking to create more access for mountain bikers while making the trails safe for everyone. So it's a balance for sure. But I would say that in general, mountain biking is winning overall. More and more people are able to get out and enjoy either mountain bike specific or multi-use trails.
Yeah.
But it comes with a lot of responsibility for sure.
That's wonderful, and it has that in common with electric bikes, right? Where there's some question about how and where do we use these. So it's kind of neat to see the history, and now stump jumpers with like suspension and tapered head tubes and just completely dialed in. Yeah. It's neat to see how it's refined over the years.
Yeah, and now we've added motors and batteries to them.
So. Oh yeah, that's right, the Levo.
Yep.
Okay,
so just more history over here. Here's a lot of our real famous bikes that were either raced in the Tour de France, Norba World Championships. A lot of just famous riders on these bikes and went to great events.
Some of them are still looking a little dusty.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
They come out of the box and go on the hangers.
Yeah, I want to check out those ones at the front because there's like this really dirty one. Do you know the story on this?
Yeah, that's Stybar's world champion cross bike. So again, raced it, sent it back to us, took it out of the box, and swing around this way.
Very cool. Oh yeah, I get like a nice mud shot. Sweet. I like that they preserved it like that. Okay, cool. So this is the lobby. We're at Specialized headquarters. That is awesome. Well, thank you so much, Scott. Like, it's been awesome to just see everything and get some behind the scenes, a little bit of an updated sneak peek for 2016. I've had a great time and, doing some reviews on the Specialized electric bikes. So I'll see you back at Electric Bike Review for those. And if you get the chance ever, pretty cool. See you in the museum.
Yeah,
so,
come on by.
Thanks again, man.
Cool, thanks.